This is Angel. Hello. I need to bribe her. So outside of teaching music theory, I like to spend time with my dog. And it's only natural that occasionally I like to bring up the topic of dogs into my teaching because some of my students have dogs and something that we could talk about. So here are the 4 ways how I incorporate dogs into teaching music theory, specifically for beginners and teaching them about music notation and symbols. Hello. Angel, stay. No, stay. Good girl. When you start writing music notes down, you have to learn about writing notes with the correct stem direction. So as we know, notes on line 3 and above have their stems pointing down, while notes on line 3 and below have their stems pointing up. But to also make sure that you are drawing the stem on the correct side, notes with the down stem should have its stem on the left side, so the note looks like letter P. While notes with the up stem should have its stem on the right side, so the note looks like letter D. To remember the letters P and D, think puppy dog. Also, the notes that resemble letter P are the higher pitched notes on line 3 and above. So think of the high puppy squeals and whimpers. While the notes that resemble letter D are the lower pitched notes on line 3 and below because they are the dogs. So think of the low and deep dog barks. So to read notes on the lines of the bass clef, a very popular sentence to use is "good boys deserve fudge always." But as an alternative, a sentence I like to use is "great big dogs feel awesome." When you first attempt to draw C clefs, it could take a while to get used to drawing it properly. So as a simple way to visualize the C clef, think of drawing half of a dog bone with 2 parallel lines on the left. It also happens that the C clef looks like the capital letter B for bone. When you're at a point where you want to review a variety of music notation and symbols with your students, a project you could assign them is to ask your students to create music notation and symbol art. It's a great way for them to examine, visualize, and use the music notation and symbols in all sorts of creative ways, and it gets the students to practice drawing them a lot. So because Snoopy is Angel's great inspiration, I like to use my example of the musical Snoopy Dog. Here I used quarter note for his ear, half notes for the legs, whole note for his nose, a quarter rest for the tail, and half rest as his collar. Then I used a brace as an outline of his head, a common time signature for his eye and profile. At the side, I used a flat for his arm, and the slur or the tie for his body. And this is my musical version of the character. I hope you enjoyed this video with my special guest Angel. Let Angel and I know if you have any questions.